the deer wonders how he can catch her. I'm sorry, but it's all scribbled back there. When Lucy tells him that she is hungry, the deer sees his chance. He will invite her home for tea, and while she's in his house, he will capture her for the old witch. Lucy, when she realizes that the deer is friendly and is actually offering her something to eat, is so pleased with this invitation that she dances all the way there while Mr. Tumnus plays a tune on his pipes. At the house, Mr. Tumnus and Lucy have tea together. They have all her favourite things to eat. She's so excited she chatters all the way through the meal, even sometimes with her mouth. After tea, Mr. Tumnus starts to play another tune. This time, a strange, enchanted tune. It makes Lucy feel peaceful and sleepy. So she curls up in a chair and is just beginning to fall asleep. The music stops. What is it? Why has it stopped? Lucy sits up and looks at Mr. Tumnus, and there on his face, great big tears rolling down his cheeks. Mr. Tumnus is so unhappy. There is this lost little girl, so happy to have found someone, so trusting, so friendly. And he, what is he? A very bad, naughty deer, a cowardly deer, too much afraid of that bad old witch to help this little girl. He must do something. Then Mr. Tumnus makes a very brave decision. He tells Lucy all about the old witch and how he was supposed to kidnap her. He tells her she must go away, right away, and tell no one about their meeting. Lucy is sad to leave her new friend, and she asks him if she will ever see him again. And then Mr. Tumnus remembers the party, the special party where all the creatures in the forest will meet at the place called the Old Circle. We're all going there, he tells her, because something very special is going to happen there. And we don't know what it is yet. Lucy leaves Mr. Tumnus, promising him that she will try and find the place called the Old Circle. In another part of the enchanted forest is the old witch and her evil companions. They are discussing the party that they have all heard about and are wondering how they can find out where it is. As they are talking, the old witch suddenly sees Lucy. Ah, she says to the others, perhaps that little girl knows where it is. Let us entice her back to our castle, and there we can force the truth out of her. The horrid companions agree, and so they approach Lucy. Now Lucy, in spite of her big tea with Mr. Tumnus, is beginning to feel hungry again. Those chocolates and sweets do look nice, and as these funny old ladies say they have lots of toys at the castle, it would be nice to go and see them. So off she goes with the witches back to their castle. When they're all inside the castle, the witches change from friendly old ladies to nasty, cruel witches. They start to push Lucy about. They shout at her and try to threaten her if she doesn't tell them where the old circle is. And of course, as she's never been there, Lucy can hardly tell the witches where it is. Lucy keeps on saying she doesn't know, but the witches won't believe her. In the end, the witches grow tired of bullying Lucy, and so they call the guards to come and tie her up and keep guard over her until she talks. Now the guards were rather cross, because they had been busy playing cards, and one of them had just accused the other of cheating, and they wanted to settle the argument with a fight. However, they were much too afraid of the old witch to disobey her, so they tied up Lucy, then sat down to play cards again. Because the guards were such silly fellows, they soon started another argument. Obviously this was such a serious dispute, there was only one way to settle it. So off went the guards to have their fight, leaving Lucy quite alone. Lucy is sad and frightened. What would become of her? She cries and cries until she's no tears left in her, and then she just sits and sniffs. What was that? What was that funny noise? Was it the witch coming back? No, it didn't sound like her tread. It was more scratching goodness, who are you?" Lucy was astonished to see two white mice scampering about, and they were laughing. Were they laughing at her? How rude, when she was feeling so sad too. Lucy demands an explanation. The mice tell her she must not worry. They have come to rescue her, and they're all laughing because they're so excited. They're going to a party, and they would like to take her with them. The mice get very busy, working hard to free Lucy. They find they cannot untie the ropes which bind her, so they start to nibble their way through. This made even more difficult, as they couldn't stop laughing, and every now and then one of them even rolls over with sheer joy. At last Lucy's free, and she runs off with the mice, just as the old witch arrives to try once more and get the truth from Lucy. The old witch is really furious when she discovers that Lucy is gone. She calls her companions, and they set off to follow Lucy and the white mice. Because the mice are small and Lucy is so young, they can run so much faster than the witches, and soon they find themselves in a different part of the forest. As they run, they are joined by other creatures who are all travelling in the same direction. Lucy is so excited she can hardly breathe. She now knows that the party must be very important indeed, and something will happen that will make everyone happy. But what? What could it be? It is no use asking the other creatures. They're all asking the same questions. What is it? What will happen? At last the mice and Lucy run out from under the trees into the bright sunshine, and there, in a shining circle, is a baby lion. As they go forward, other creatures come close to look at the baby, and Lucy is overjoyed to see that her friend Mr. Tumnus is there too. But just then they hear the heavy tread of the old witch and her hideous companions, and they all run and hide. The witches start hunting round, trying to sniff out the creatures. Lucy lies trembling as the old witch comes nearer. Just as she is about to touch the baby lion, she stops quite still, as if she is suddenly frozen to the ground. And at the same moment, everyone looks up as a beautiful creature, dressed in shining white, suddenly appears before them. She is pointing to the old witch, and her clear voice rings out, "Return, serpent, to the dirt of your cave." The old witch cowers back with her companions, powerless, speechless. "Do not be afraid any more. Can you not see that in the presence of good, her evil is powerless? Come, see the baby. You have all been trying to find the old circle. You knew that something wonderful was there. You knew that you had to follow the way, but you couldn't imagine what it was you were looking for. Now you have arrived, and you are amazed to find a baby lion. A baby you will learn to love. You will know him as he grows amongst you, and you will love to hear what he says to you. Because he is a baby, even the smallest of you will have the chance to know him, and when he grows to be king, you will be able to follow him, because you also knew him as a friend.